Hello, nation.
The nation.
It's a Tuesday, and things are pretty pretty busy today, actually, in Raider Nation. So we thought we'd take a couple minutes and check in and talk about what's happening. And you know, right now, just for one moment, just this shining moment, things are good in Raider Nation. It feels like there's something right happening now. I know that means it's most likely that tomorrow will be a dumpster fire and some horrible news will be on the horizon because that's what it means to be a Raider fan. We all know that. But there's that slight chance that, you know, so you're saying there's a chance
So you're saying there's a chance.
that this thing is real, that this Tom Brady character who stole our soul has decided to come back and restore it.
Right.
Wouldn't that be ironic?
Oh, it would
Wouldn't
be
that
ironic.
be?
Highly ironic.
Hmm, I mean, if he can bring the kind of domination and excellence back that we know this franchise is capable of, and now has the resources to girder, right? Um, it could be one of those stories, right? So I just wanted to take this time, just because it's rare, right? But some things are going in the right direction here. So, you
You
know,
never and you never know. Might be ahead of the curve this time, right?
it could be. I mean, it's Tom Brady. It wouldn't that be surprising if he was dominant at something, right?
Right.
Something that is football. So we're here. I got my delicious candy, and we're going to talk about it. Right? So, what's the big news? I mean, everybody knows that we're waiting on the head coach decision, right? Ben Johnson or no Ben Johnson, right? There's other names out there, lots of them. Pete Carroll, Deion Sanders, right?
Right.
Somebody's coordinator. We talked about it. And then there's that other one, that one that looms over everyone. John Gruden.
Uh-oh. We still ain't heard that name a lot.
I'm just, Mark Davis is already paying them. I mean,
Right.
so who will it be? Well, it seems like there's something happening, and it feels like this Ben Johnson thing is really picking up steam. It feels to be some sort of, you know, preordained or decided upon thing. We had some pretty interesting quotes. Uh, Vinny Bonsignora, Vinny B. He's like, not exact quote, something to the effect of lots of stuff happens in this league. You never know, whatever. And some good coaches are going to interview and have a chance to change things. But, dot, 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 dot. Some good coaches are going to interview and have a chance to change things. Hmm. So that would mean that the only way it could be changed would be that some amazing interview happens with one of these coaches that we have coming up. which would mean the other side had already agreed to say yes, because that would be another thing that could go wrong, right?
Right.
Thing. So does that mean that this is already agreed upon?
Like I've been saying the whole time, gentleman's agreement.
And then you make up a story about how it went. Brady, it's amazing. He like intermediaries. He wasn't even going to interview. I mean, right?
Right, because it essentially be like the Raiders went from not in consideration to landing the top guy. And the only way that could happen it would be who? Tom Brady, right? Because we know that the Raider organization don't have the finesse game to do that other than money. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to finesse when you throw money at something, but to be able to grab all the pieces you want, pay them at a suitable rate, even if you pay them a little bit more to entice, it's still a power move. Something that we couldn't do without the name or the likes of, is it Tom Edward Brady? Ain't that how Skip Bayless used to say it? Tom Edward Brady.
Edward Bartholomew.
Right.
James Brady. I don't know.
The third.
The third. I'll
You
give him
know?
all those names. But no. So yeah, I mean that's the story, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you probably know that there was that game that Brady announced that I think Ben Johnson coached. And so he probably talked to him on the field there, just as an announcer. That's all. And then we unexpectedly, a day or so later, fired our general manager. But no, I'm sure those two things aren't connected. And this story of grandeur, it's like a romance novel almost, right? Like, Ben Johnson was running the airport and he was like, "Stop. Give me a chance.
Don't go. We got rid of all of our problems. See, look, I deleted them on my phone. Come back."
Anyway, I'm sure that's what happened, guys. Yeah. That's it. Because the other thing would be like tampering or something weird, and you can't do that, But Brady's, not he doesn't ever cheat or anything.
It's only cheating if you got caught. Well, I guess he did get caught though.
But then he didn't, kinda.
I mean, well, they got caught one year when they had to give up the draft picks, but they still won the Super Bowl, so it didn't matter.
He was like, draft pick. Oh, okay.
For
I
a
get
Super
to play
Bowl,
with it.
right?
Yeah,
That's a
I thought you were
win,
going to try to suspend me or something. You took a draft
right?
pick we don't care about? Okay, well, he'd be wasting those anyway. Let's go.
I'd give up 2 first rounds for a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd give up 5. The whole point is, I give up 5 years. The first round picks all day. That's it. So, we are in this place where things are looking pretty good. We got Spytech, the GM from Assistant GM, coming in for a second interview.
Which means the first one went well.
Yeah. You go to that second interview, you're like, I got this job. This is mine, right?
Right, pretty much. Like all I gotta do now is just not mess it up. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. As long as I don't look crazy. Right?
Yeah, you just gotta be consistent with what you was the first time they saw you.
Exactly.
Don't go in there and try to oversell yourself. And I'm pretty sure I don't know, they're human too, so it could happen. But like you said, like at that level, people have interviewed thousands of times or hundreds of times, so they understand
Pretty
the
good.
ups and downs about it. Yeah, the
Yeah.
ups and the downs.
Yeah, and you know, they don't put a lot of pressure on it, especially if they want to choose you. They're just gonna be like, "Hey, listen, we're just bring you in here so we can get some stuff signed up because you know, we want you to do this, but let's give you a tour of the place and you can meet some people while you're here, that kind of
Right,
thing,
right. Let's go to
right?
lunch.
Go eat something. Yeah, we're good.
We'll
So,
go to Hell's Kitchen or something.
so you know, here, yeah, it's like we'll go to one of these hotels and you
Yeah,
know do that thing. So interesting, right? That guy's coming back in. We also got permission to speak or to interview assistant GM from Green Bay. Let's see, and you know that's interesting because that would be not the first time that we hired an assistant GM from Green Bay.
yeah. We have a good relationship with Green Bay overall, though.
Yes, we do. You know, they're an original franchise. We actually played them in the first Super Bowl and lost. Let's not talk about that too much. But John Eric Sullivan is the guy that we're bringing in from the Green Bay Packers. So my assumption, and from what some rumors are, one of those is Brady's suggestion, and one of those is Ben Johnson's suggestion, and they're going to go with one what's most comfortable, right? So you see what's happening here. We're already talking about the GM situation, which is, like I said, if we go straight to the GM situation after this, I know what that means. And what do? Straight to the GM situation after the Ben Johnson interview, which went so well, right? And we had Pete Carroll today. I heard he did well. I mean, I guess that could be another possibility for a defensive coordinator. With a young offensive coordinator head coach, you probably want to go with a very seasoned defensive head coach who has been a head coach before, right? Um, that's why we kind of messed up. Like uh, Cliff Kingsbury would have been a good offensive coordinator for Antonio Pierce for that reason, right? He had been a head coach. He's been a coach for a long time in college, pros, right? Seen a lot. And so that kind of support as an offensive minded person with a defensive minded head coach, there you go, right? So we want to find something similar to that, but on the defensive side, and for, you know, a Ben Johnson, if he were to be brought in, right? So then the question starts to become, what would the staff look like? What would he want to do at quarterback? You know, well, I mean, I think that the quarterback that Tom Brady likes fits very well with a Ben Johnson offense. I think, and this is the mock draft by CBS, I think Shador Sanders is a great fit for what they're doing down there in Detroit with Jared Goff, right? It's actually probably really appealing because of his kind of, you know, the way he plays with read through the defense. He's very accurate, but more mobile than Goff. So just think about that in the Ben Johnson offense, right? Goff plus. That's what you get here with Shador Sanders, right?
Golf plus.
So if we are committed to getting Shador, I start to understand why this feels like a really appealing spot for him. Does that make sense, Black?
It
I just went
does.
on a long rant. Sorry. Yeah. What do you think? What do you think about all
No,
this?
no, yeah. I mean, it makes logical, linear sense that he could drop there, and I definitely could see that.
Yeah. I mean, even if he doesn't drop the 6, right? He's probably not going to 1, right? And like anything else, trading up to number 1 is really difficult. It costs an extra premium. You know what I mean? Because you get your pick of the litter, right? And so it is like an extra cost. But in this draft, 4 spots from 6 to 2, like it's a little bit of a jump, but it's not that much actually, right? You could probably get it done with your pick now, like a second next year, maybe a third this year, or something like that. Already have an extra third,
Yeah,
right? If if we traded Devontae so that we could hop up and get Shador, I'll take that.
yeah,
Right?
because that's essentially what it would be.
And I literally said that when it happened. I said, we need to do this because they're going to pay that big chunk of salary and we're going to get an extra pick. We can use that pick to trade up and get the quarterback because we have to trade up if we need to and get the quarterback. And I think that's why Getsy's not here.
That's why Telesco not here too. You probably wouldn't. You probably wouldn't feel that because people say you don't like to move up in the draft.
Mm-hmm. So it's like, coordinators are a lot of times made by the quarterbacks they're paired with. Because the players they play, and so that's really kind of how that works. Right? Like, I mean, like people give a lot of credit to coach. I love how much credit they give to coaches because it's fun and stuff. But I mean, the players they play, right? Or am I tripping?
Now the players play, but the coach's job is to put the player in the best position to succeed.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But like when it goes right, right? Is it because the coaches coach, or is it more like because the players they play? Because I feel like great players kind of will carry coaches or
Yeah, yeah,
make
because you're not. Yeah,
coaches.
because they're not doing because they play above the system. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So ideally, like you would tell a normal player to play a certain way, and a top tier player will already be then dissected that down and know how to
Mm-hmm.
game the quarterback and all that. Similar to like the interview with Charles Woodson did with Beast Mode. He was saying that he was telling players, "No, this is how I do it," but I won't get kicked off the field if it don't work for me. So they do play on two different levels.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's kind of you gotta be careful with that.
Yeah. And I think, sometimes a scheme just can't work unless it has, special players at certain positions. It kind of
Yeah, you gotta have a
relies.
stud. Yeah, you gotta have a stud back there.
So, like, you can't run the Ben Johnson offense with, like, a slow delivery, you know, quarterback that is, doesn't process well. And,
Yeah, yeah. Look at Sam Darnold last night, right? Sam Darnold played good all year. The games that he did lose was because exuberant amounts of pressure. So what did the Rams do? Pressure, pressure, pressure.
and
Sam Darnold get the
he had no
ball out
chance.
slow. He didn't have a chance. 8 sacks. I mean,
9.
8 sacks or 9 sacks.
9.
I mean,
And
like,
like
come
two,
on.
two were his fault, maybe.
Yeah,
The rest
yeah,
was
maybe,
like
like
Gerald.
two was his fault, right? Like he tried to break from a pressure coming from here, can't step up because it was a stunt. right, saw her up. They was like running him up. They was like literally running the man over. You know what I'm saying? Like he was running out in the street with no adults.
Usually a sack will be like, oh, somebody grabbed you and dragged you down, or they like clip your foot and knock you. No, not this. These were just full on.
Yeah. Full on real like car collisions. So
dang.
you do need somebody that can process it, and if they process that it's not there, they got to be able to get up out of there. Like I said, you got to get up out of there. I mean, like have the ability to get up out of there, still look downfield and throw the ball, because then that's what helps the defense back off the pressure. Because if you're blitzing and the person is hitting the hot route or escaping or even throwing the ball away, you know what I'm saying? It kind of like, all right, we got to kind of game it different. We can't keep blitzing because eventually they're going to come up with blitz beaters. You know what I'm saying? So
right, exactly. And you know who's really good at avoiding sacks and making plays, out of structure and extending plays and then being accurate on the run. Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
I already said he's not my QB1, which is surprising, right? I would like him. I thought he was going to be QB1 this year. He's not, because I don't make these choices with my heart, right? I chart. Believe the chart, not your heart. So go in, chart all the throws for 4 games, and we score it, and then we come up with a number. And Cameron Ward's number is just a tick better than Shedeur Sanders. Okay. But what Shedeur Sanders does really well, thing that jumps out off the tape, where you're like, this is not normal. Accuracy on the run.
Going to his left,
right.
But you can definitely gauge a quarterback's skill level, his ability to go to his left. Yeah, his opposite throwing hand. Like he does that. He does that often.
Play around so perfect, and it's dimes. I'm like, no one throws that well on the run to your left. That's insane. Like dead run.
Yeah,
it's not normal.
It's not.
And sometimes it's not that you're just like overall the thing's better. It's that you have like a couple things that are just really good, right? And that like are difficult for the defense to handle and gets you out of trouble, or you can make plays with. Like a quarterback that can, avoid sacks, extend plays, and throw accurate passes on the run. That is so valuable because offensive lines are hard to build, right? Like, so instead of, a 9-sack game or whatever that happens, when you don't have kind of that like pocket presence thing happening, you know what I mean? Or just that awareness of like, hey, this is pressure. And now I'm going to run. And like you said, it's time to go, right? Instead of that, you're turning those plays into huge positive plays, right? The Raiders have not had that in so long. I want that. So.
And then with an offensive coordinator with route concepts, I think Shedeur will flourish in that, because that's no different than what he was doing in Colorado. Because that Colorado receiving core was nice. People don't know. They didn't know them people. They didn't know them players. No. They wasn't. I mean, sure, they was ranked, in college. I mean, high school, but they really made names for themselves as a core, and that's a contribute to off-schedule plays, good receivers, and like you said, if Shedeur has the ability to get out, and with the scheming that Johnson will come up with, well, he should be able to find some people. Like, we just have to build our receiving core. We definitely do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah, if we can just, and the thing is, it's not like it's like way off or something, right? Our receiving core is good. We really just need like one more tall stud receiver, somebody who's like got range and height to kind of complement the basketball team that we have out there right now, right? Because receivers are basketball teams. That's what you do, right? You need a little point guard dude. We got that, right? Right? A little speedy point guard guy, right? You need your shooting guard, right? Your Jordan, your Jacoby Myers, right? Kind of can do everything, but he's gonna, those mid-range jumpers for you and tough shots, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, you need somebody that can stretch the field
Get
too.
fouled and go to the free throw line, right? So we got to stretch the field with speed guy, right? But what about the stretch the field with like height, vertical height guy, right?
Yeah.
Where you don't even need to be really open. He's down there, throw it up there, right? Is there a guy in the free agency right now who's like that? Like a number one type? Yep, T. Higgins.
Yeah. He was playing good last night till he got hurt.
What's that?
He was playing good till he got hurt.
Came back for the playoffs, didn't he? Or no?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm saying he had 2 catches. Or so. He had some catches, and then he got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt. Yeah. Which is, man, going into free agency,
Yeah.
Except for
his comments.
You think his price would be a little bit lower now?
Oh yeah.
Even though he's not going to miss any games, it's like just a little risk there. Take a couple bidders out of the way, maybe.
Because the comments, T. Higgins never been a number one.
I beg to differ. He's better than Jamar Chase.
That's a bold claim.
Okay, well, let's see him. I can back it up with stats too. And I can back it up with who they put on each receiver. Because the best corner, when T. Higgins plays, is on T. Higgins. So that means the other team thinks that T. Higgins is the number one receiver. So I don't know. Everybody talks about this Jamar Chase. He's very good. Very good. But so is T. Higgins. So anyway. And you know what's cool about our team? Jacoby Myers has been a number one receiver. Right? Jacoby Myers knows how to do that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What's good, nation?
So, let's see what happens. So let's get to some of these comments because we need to go back to the beginning. And what's up, Hick Stick Stepper? Handshake deal could be in place for Ben Johnson. That type shit. Love it. Thank you for that type shit. We're going to interview executive Sheldon White from the Steelers for GM. Okay, thank you for the chat. Always there for us, giving us the real info. We have the best chat on motherfucking YouTube, straight up. My boy, Lee Biza. We got checking in. Not gonna comment a million times. Last night is crazy. Hey, comment up, man. What the fuck are you talking about, boy? You can say all you want. You get free reign. One of the best commenters on YouTube over here. All right. And so there we go. Green Bay just colonized us with Jacobs. Don't do it. He's trying to be funny. He said, I'm not sold on Ben Johnson. He's the hot girl at the party, but he can win. Okay, yeah, let's talk about this. We visited it shortly, I think, before. I just want to make this clear, okay? I don't know about Ben Johnson either, and I said that. He was not at the top of my list. I was more comfortable with somebody who has had head coaching experience. His resume is razor thin. Black, will you pull up his resume real quick? Ben Johnson on your phone. And just bless us with that information. Because I'm not sure everybody really knows or has really paid attention to this this fact about his resume. And man, it could be careful what you wish for. I mean, wouldn't that be the plot twist, right? That we like finally get the guy and do this search the right way and, you know, pick the consensus best coach out there who has no experience and fails for the same reasons that Antonio Pierce failed.
So as a coach in 2009 to 2010, he was a Boston College, a graduate assistant. Then he was a tight ends coach the following year in 2011. And then he became the Dolphins offensive assistant in 2012. And then from 2013 to 2015, he was the assistant quarterback coach. Then still with Miami, he was the tight ends coach in 2015. Assistant wide receivers coach in 2016 and 17. Miami 2018 wide receivers coach. And then he became the offensive quality control coach in 2019 for Detroit. Became the tight end coach in 2020, 2021. Passing game coordinator 2021. And then from 2022 to present, offensive coordinator. So, I mean, I would say he that's good for Brock Bowers. You got a lot of love for the tight end position. Like you said, he doesn't have a gang of experience. He moved up the ranks, maybe because they seen something. I don't know, but
I mean, it's not like he flew up the ranks or anything, right?
No, yeah. He took steps. So, I mean, he's been an offensive coordinator for 2 seasons. So I think that's what people are kind of gauging it on. Like, it's obvious that that Detroit has become a juggernaut of sorts because of him. So that's what I think people are seeing right there.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, West Coast? Western, what's up, brother?
Do we get Mr. Western Conference? What's up?
PBR, we see you. What's up with you?
You can tap in, Western. I didn't think it'd be available, but if you want to tap in, I'll send you the link right now. Hold up. But yeah, the whole thing is extremely interesting. But it could be that we're just doing that thing again with another rookie guy. He must be very impressive when you meet him. You know what I mean? Because, like, boy, he's got everybody just, like, in a tizzy. He is the hot girl at the party.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not like she's, like, a 12 or something. Like, you're like, oh, she's okay. Why is everybody so, like,
we can't
talk to her, though? You're like, what? Okay. All right. I mean, yeah. Man, she's just like amazing. You're like, okay. Okay, everybody. Calm down. So it's going to be interesting to see, you know, what he's like. I still haven't got a chance to listen to. I guess he was mic'd up at some point. You know what I mean? And so I guess that was really impressive or whatever. So, you know, he obviously at least talks the game right? And his team has shown, a lot of success, like record kind of breaking stuff, right? Uh, I mean, this is kind of some like Mike Marty type of. Remember when Mike Martz came in and it's just like, the greatest show on turf was just like blitzing people. Like, what the hell happened? Kurt Warner was just slinging that shit around. Even Trent Green, you know what I mean, was looking good in that. But then he got hurt, and they brought in a grocery store shelf stocker and commenced to whooping on the whole league. Right? So when you got an offense like that, man, and you got the quarterback that fits it, it doesn't have to be that he's the most talented quarterback in the world. It's just that things he does well fit the offense so well that it's hard to stop, right? That's really what you're looking for, is that fit, right? Just saying. So we'll see, but I feel like there is a quarterback that really fits this offense really well because the things he does have been proven to be important in this offense. Right? I mean, look at Goff. We've all seen how Goff plays, right?
Yeah.
I would say there is a strong focus on quickly processing, getting to the correct first read like immediately, right? And, accuracy on those throws. And, with a team that's going to run it throw it 65% of the time and run it, 35, right? You're going to need to be able to sometimes, evade pressure, right? Because teams are going to be like, okay, well, we're going to pressure you like they did to Sam Bradford. Now, we watched that game. There was no way, like we said, that he was going to avoid most of those sacks. Right?
Right.
But you know who I've seen avoid sacks where I was like, oh my God, how did he? Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah. He's my pick.
He may not be QB1, but he could be QB1 for this system, right? When your de facto team president is his coach, his private coach, so we'll see. But I don't know. It just feels like Brady is getting his way somehow. Like the league. Did you know who's announcing the Detroit playoff game? Tom Brady.
Great.
What?
It's great.
I mean, It's just a coincidence.
Yeah, they're gonna get tired of Brady being everywhere. They're gonna be like, he ain't supposed to be in here. Well, technically, I can be.
I think what's happened is that he gets this little run. He's already told the league, okay, I'm gonna stop at the end of the year. And they're like, okay, it's fine, because he's Brady. Right? Yes. So we'll see how it works out, but I have a strong suspicion that things are just different, man. Things are working out for us. And then I wouldn't be surprised if somehow Shador fell into a place and then we were able to make a trade. You know? So we'll see. I think it's going to be kind of a fun time over the next couple days. I would assume that we'll probably like start to hear, some sort of, or maybe get like a pretty definitive answer or something by end of the week, probably. What do you think, man? What's your guess on that?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. By the end of the week.
Right? Because like there's a lot kind of bubbling already. It feels like this is probably already figured out. And we're just kind of playing it out so it doesn't look like, we tampered or we got to do the Rooney Rule stuff and make sure we're crossing our eyes and dotting our eyes and crossing our T's, right? But like I said, man, I don't think that we dumped Telesco for no reason or because we weren't sure what was going to happen next, right? So could be wrong. We'll see. But would not be surprised we got to show some Shador. And then, man, I mean, let's talk about it. People, like, what are the holes on this team, right? What's up, Rich? I didn't know. He said to Detroit.
Right.
Yeah, you from up there. I'll give you that pass.
He a Niner fan. He don't know no better.
Drop kicked. I don't know, man. I'm trying to decide whether I have to drop kick you or not when I see you. So we'll talk about it. So then, Death Pile Picker. He says, I'd be okay with Pete Carroll, but there would have to be a succession plan. He coached for like 4 years. Yeah. Ben Johnson will at least give us longevity. He sure can draw plays, though. See, this is the thing, right? I feel that. Like, that's probably why we want to go here because, like, man, we don't want to have to do this again soon. I get it. But also, we could be doing it next year, right? If he don't know how to be a head coach, right? Because that's what happened at Teddy Pierce. He was young. Torrey Holt was a beast. Absolutely.
Big game, Torrey Holt.
But so was Isaac Bruce. Nasty. Yeah. He said the mega lollipops are good as fuck. Right? The shit right there, man. Golf made Ben Johnson the coach he is today. Okay. Fair. So then you just got to find somebody that can replicate that skill set. I'd switch that around. Ooh, okay. We got a little Ben Johnson made Goff the quarterback he is today. Interesting. I mean, it did coincide with him getting there that he had this breakout. So Shador's going to the Giants. He brought out the cleats. That matters. No, it doesn't. He has all the cleats. Dion literally said he has all the team cleats. He has Raider cleats. It's like the next thing he said. He has Raider cleats. He has some other team that doesn't matter cleats. Right? Just saying. PFF has Shador ranked 22. Yeah, I bet they do. Because he's a quarterback, first off. That makes sense. If you're not the best quarterback in the draft, there's a lot of other players that are usually actually better players than the quarterback. There's a premium put on the quarterback. But like as players, when you scout them and rate them, right? And they all have the same amount of categories, and you put there's scales of the same amount in each one, so they can be relative to each other. When you put the numbers next to each other, those guys have higher 90s and stuff like that, right? They have less holes. But quarterbacks get judged pretty difficult, like pretty stringently on a lot of really like subjective and difficult to master categories. And they're extremely important to team success. So you can have the 22nd ranked player who's a quarterback, and if you need a quarterback, you should probably pick him.
No doubt.
There's just so few of them. So yeah. Chiefs fans are the type to order barbecue and lick the sauce off. This man knows how to get play. You need to insult the Chiefs, and you will get your comment read and clapped at. So, as long as it's good. It's really hard to have a bad Chiefs insult, though. So, there you go. Western says, it feels good that we have a sense that we're doing things in a professional way going forward. Right? Look at us all grown up.
Let's not start the party yet.
Hey, listen, I said that tonight we're going to revel in it, damn it. Because it could be gone tomorrow.
Because we might drop the cake on the way in.
That's right. So you know what? You better lick that icing while you can.
Lick the icing while you can?
Mm-hmm. Smooth it over with the thing. Who cares?
One thing I did see that was interesting is Johnson may favor the Raiders over Chicago for the simple fact that they're in the same division. He doesn't want to see them like twice a year. You know,
doesn't want to see Detroit twice a year. That makes sense.
And just the relationship of just being in that division all together. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of compounds the situation, because now you took a team that was good and you kind of split them up. Sure, Chicago might not be on the level with Detroit initially, but if Detroit has a drop off and Chicago has a progression, now another team in that division could benefit from that. So it become a three-way thing. So that might
weakening both.
So essentially, he might just not want to have anything to do with that altogether. Like I wouldn't. Right. I wouldn't. Like I mean, like if I had two teams that was similar, even if this team was a little bit less, and that mean I wouldn't have to go against my old team, like literally
that knows my offense, like the back of their hand.
So I'll
they run it.
Exactly.
Get yourself some space, right? And then just out of respect of the people that gave you an opportunity,
that too.
Don't you want to kind of like, okay, I'm gonna give you your lane over here. I'm not gonna go ahead and just like jump all in your shit.
Because it's not like they ended on bad terms. I can see if it was on bad terms, and then you was like, no, I'm about to take over the division.
Right.
That's a little different,
Yeah, you make me mad. Then it's like, oh, for real?
Yeah. I'm gonna go coach Denver. I'm gonna go coach Chargers.
What did Shanahan do?
straight out of
What
the
did Mike
Raiders camp.
Shanahan do? He was like,
And,
okay,
and Denver terrorized us that whole time. Denver terrorized us the whole time Shanahan was there. Yeah, for sure. And they had weak ass Peyton Manning that couldn't throw from here to right there.
But before that, who did they have it? Who was the quarterback?
Who they had? Tebow.
No,
They
before
had
that, John
let's see.
Elway.
Oh yeah, you don't. Hey.
So yeah, that
Yeah,
they got our quarterback.
that too.
Elway went to Stanford. He was supposed to be a Raider, and the league screwed us bad. So then he went and joined up with that guy. They won a Super Bowl or two or something. Not all Davis brightest moments.
Raider Ryan was good.
So I started to get a little hairy for old Al right around there. Right? That's what it felt like. That was the time when it was like,
Okay,
yeah.
Little Rock, banging in Little Rock.
Let's see. Eat corn the long. PFF has Miro at 12. Yeah, they on crack. I'm sorry. No. Sometimes, man, you just gotta look at the tape and be like, no. Some things are fatal flaws, right? You can't be like an NFL quarterback who locks onto reads for too long and processes too slow and bails the pocket and tries to run all the time. You're gonna get hurt, and it's not gonna work out. I mean, you can sit on the bench for a while, but he's got to grow. Jared Goff changed in Johnson's career. Think about that.
Actually, if Detroit don't win the Super Bowl this year, they might be in trouble because they losing their offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator.
Right. See if you can replace that. It'll be interesting to see who gets re-signed by the new crew, right? Chat, who are the coaches and players that you think the new crew needs to bring back? Let's say it's Ben Johnson, right? Give me your speculation. Who do you want at coordinator positions with him? You know, what players, free agency, draft. Give me it all. You guys are smart. I like it. Raider Ryan. What's up? Raider Ryan is the man. Saluting everybody. We got the cool crew up in here. So that's cool. His stats are solid with the Rams as well. Ah, yes, that's true. So he's talking back to V, saying Goff was not bad for the Rams. Somehow he got this rap that he was bad or something. Like, because they didn't win the Super Bowl. Anyway. What's up? Shout out to Little Rock, Arkansas. Brando Foster. Awesome. Nice to be reaching all the way out there to Arkansas. Don't show me. Don't. I hope you're not mad at me for saying that. Bo Nix receivers, we're not doing him any favors. Lots of drops. Right? Yeah. You know. Man, I didn't see that coming. I thought like he was gonna struggle mightily. And if they're gonna lose. But no, he was giving them some balls. I don't know what happened there. I told you the team around him is actually not very good. They're not. The defense is okay, but the offense is not. He said originally from La Puente. That makes sense. That makes sense. Burrow equals Justin Fields. Yeah, kinda. Yeah, pretty much. If you've ever watched this show, I think you guys know how I feel about Justin Fields. I just don't think he's good at the quarterback thing where you throw the ball to people. So depends on how important you think that is for quarterbacking. Apparently, some people don't think it's very important. Black, do you think the quarterback thing where you throw the ball to people is important for quarterbacks? Just how do you feel about that?
You, bro, it's like you're on the wave. So for me, my jury is out. I don't know. I'm so on postponed judgment mode that I don't know. I don't. But it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And then for me, my struggle is usually what makes sense is what don't make sense to us. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be trying to reserve my right to be like, because you'll say something, right? And it makes sense. So it don't jump off my radar. But then if you say something that sounds like something the Raiders will do, I'll be like, oh, yeah, wait. That's another thing I need to put on the board to watch for. because the one thing that you don't anticipate from them, they're going to do that. They're going to do it.
Mm-hmm. Which is why earlier this was up.
Right.
Because as much as we think that we're moving forward, we're still the Raiders.
Yeah.
And there's this, I don't know, intrinsic pull to grab the past and snatch it into the future, whether it wants to come or not. Pause. Now, I believe that Tom Brady at one point wanted to play for the Raiders. Is that correct?
That's what was alleged.
I believe Gronkowski, correct? A pretty good source. Since he was one of the players, right, involved in that. Black, can you remind me who was the head coach at the time that Tom Brady was going to come over and play for the Raiders?
Josh McDummy?
That's not correct.
When Tom Brady was going to come here?
Mm-hmm. When he was going to get traded over to us and somehow didn't happen.
Who was our coach?
It was John Gruden.
Think that would have worked? Could have worked.
Yeah, because Brady would have came and made it Brady's offense. Brady's like LeBron. Like you get LeBron, you run the LeBron offense. That's what you run.
For sure.
There's no he comes and runs your offense. No. Right? Like the Lakers don't have an offense until we got our new coach. Because previously it was LeBron has the ball and then he does stuff. And it worked for a long time for him.
He won another Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Because he was like, we run the Brady. That happened in Tampa. He went down there and Bruce Arians, who is one of the most decorated freaking offensive coaches in the whole NFL, was like, oh, yeah, so no, we started to run my thing, but you know what? Let's just do what you do.
Shoot, it worked for you.
Arians.
Right.
Did Bruce Arians do that for Carson Palmer? Carson Palmer was the first pick in the draft. Multiple 4,000-yard seasons back when 4,000 yards was like not normal. It wasn't 17 games; it was 16, and it was less of a passing league, and you were still allowed to defend receivers. So, I think we need to add just a little bit more spice to this. And I got that spice. The Mr. Western Conference.
Uh-oh.
Chemical X.
Yup. Yay.
Yay. What's up, y'all?
What's up, my brother?
Good. Salute.
We're all here. Thanks for stopping by.
Of course, man. Whenever I have some extra time, I always try to be here, and it's always good to just hear y'all and just hear us talk about our beloved Raiders team, man. So I can't be here for that long, but I'm here to chop it up, and let's go.
He said, "I'm here for a good time, not a long time." Huh?
You feel me?
All right. Well, I mean, I've been talking away. What are your thoughts? The Western Conference.
So you gotta run me up on the game here, because I've been, I tuned into your show way late, so I kind of picked up on bits and pieces. So I don't know exactly what the aspect is right now, but I'm going based on the picture and the background, based on Mark Davis rehiring John Gruden.
So we're talking about how this show is. We're taking a moment, right, where it feels like just for this shining moment, things could be right? Like maybe we turn that corner.
Yeah, I said that on the comment before I hopped on, in here. It just feels like we're doing something right, and we actually seem like a professional team now, and it just feels good. And it's sad that during the off season in the spot that we're in now, like I'm like super hyped, like as right now, because we could possibly get a Ben Johnson or a Pete Carroll, right? So the Tom Brady effect is in full force, and there's just so much that could unfold here in the next 2 weeks, or possibly by Friday, so there's so much, that could have happened. But yeah, it feels good to just feel like we're doing things the right way going forward. It feels great. And I'm happy Tom is there, because Tom is in Mark's ear, and I got a feeling that if Tom wasn't there, and when Dion came out, I was like, hey, I'll put on that headset and I'll be your guys' coach. I got a feeling that Mark Davis would honestly entertain that offer.
I'm going to say your instincts are very good.
I'm pretty good at calling things out, man. Yeah, I ain't right all the time, but I try to be perfect, but no one's perfect except for Mr. Perfect. The rest.
Even he wasn't. Pretty much. But yeah, I mean, Mark is that quarterback who like stares down his receiver. He locks on, man. He's like, "This is the dude. I just know it. It's in my gut, right?" Brady's like, "That's cool. That's cool. We're gonna do an interview thing where we like, talk to people and shit."
Yeah. What was the crazy too? So I got this feeling, right, that since we're in the process of getting interviews with GM now, I get that sense that we kind of know what coach we're gonna go with going forward, right?
Versus, yeah, that was another thing.
Know who that coach is, but we'll definitely find out as soon as we get our GM, unless there's a hire that is made from a coach that is not currently in the postseason right now, right? But I don't really see that happening unless it's Pete Carroll. And I just yeah. So once they started to come out with we're gonna get a interview with John Spytek and the GM from the Packers, and then there's
Mhm.
one also another GM that was brought up too. I forgot who that was, so pardon me for that. But I think we're definitely getting the ball rolling, and Tom and Mark they definitely have a sense of who that guy is going forward. So who knows if Ben Johnson gave him a verbal commitment behind doors. They also said that Pete Carroll was at our facility all day yesterday. So
Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
I got a feeling if they're there or if Pete's there for a long period of time, if they say that he's all day, that's kind of, you know, sounds like a good thing too, right? So I honestly feel like and I've always said this too, that it's Ben Johnson's job if Ben Johnson wants it. But if he's somehow is like, nah, I'm cool, then I feel like it's definitely going to be Pete Carroll.
I agree. I think so too. Um, so I think I touched on this earlier. Ben Johnson, the coordinator that he worked with, is going to be a head coach somewhere else. Who's going to be the defensive coordinator?
For us,
Yeah.
if Johnson is our coach,
Hmm. Hmm.
so I've been hearing that it could be the linebackers coach from the Detroit Lions too. You know what I mean? So he might be poaching people. So,
I don't
but
think so.
from all the other podcasts and sources that I've seen, like guys who have good sources in the background, like for example, Chat Sports and all that, like
Hmm.
and other news writers and things like that. They're all saying like whatever Ben Johnson wants, Ben
Hmm.
Johnson gets. Whatever Tom Brady wants, Tom Brady gets. Right. So if like they're all saying if Ben Johnson wants to hire Josh Daniels back, we're like, oh shit. Well, all right, we'll do it for you. Like it's kind of like that.
You know what? I kind of hope we do because I will be waiting for him outside the facility.
Yeah.
He
Battle
can
to
catch me outside.
battle to
For real.
the death match. Yeah, but yeah, that's just what I've been hearing, so far, I wake up, I go to work, and then when I get off of work, I try to do as much research that I can, and then while I'm working on my actual shift, I have my earpods on and I'm hearing different outlets and stuff, so I try to soak in and hear
Mhm.
as much info as I can.
That's why you're a valuable resource.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for showing up. So, yeah, uh, the chat is also a valuable resource when we want to know.
Absolutely, because we would not be here without them. And salute to the chat. Make sure you hit that like and sub button.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate it.
100%.
So
100%.
one thing I just also want to touch on too that I heard you saying before I hopped on here, right? And we also
Mm-hmm.
touched bases on this too about how Ben Johnson is kind of a unproven
Mm-hmm.
kind of guy if he is given that head coach role, right? Which I totally understand, right? And that's always my kind of con with Ben Johnson too, is like because if you think about it, the Lions and I'm just being honest here. As much as we all love Ben Johnson, he's that super prize item now, right? But it's check out that O line he has over there. Check out his running back. Check out his wideouts. Check out just that team in general. They're firing on all cylinders. And I heard it best on a podcast I heard earlier. I don't know if it was on Graph and Wasted or somebody, but they said Ben Johnson with the Lions right now is like him driving a Ferrari, right? And then when he gets to us, it's like going to a Honda Civic. You know what I mean? So and I kind of heard it, and I kind of okay, that's good, but um, he's in a super nice Ferrari car with the Lions now, but then when he goes to the Raiders, he's gonna have that he's going to be a Ferrari driver, but he's not going to be able to drive that here. You know what I mean? Because we don't have that. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
I do, get it why we do want to hire him, right? Because you've seen what Sean McVay did with his Rams, right? And there's Matt LaFleur on the Packers. Like I hear it all. Well, all the good head coaches were once offensive, coordinators or defensive guys, right? But there's always that little bit of worrying me because the Lions are such a super stacked team and they're good, and I'm just hoping that he could actually, like bring that to us. You just got to give him, the like right players, and things of that. But I really just don't want him to come here and fail, which I don't think he will. But it's just that's always in the back of my head, which is why I always said that Pete Carroll would be a safer coach. But Raider, us and the fans, Ben Johnson is the home run, grand slam, choice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I absolutely agree. So I'm gonna share my screen, guys. Okay, hold on a second. And and I get the idea of look at the talent over there, right? But which came first, the chicken or the egg, right?
Good point.
So let's see. Let's take a look at what the Lions were like previously, right before he took over. Okay.
I could tell you now before he was offensive coordinator, it was terrible. It was terrible. It was terrible. And then as soon as Dan Campbell, gave him that, like, hey, I'm gonna make you that guy. That's when they started to turn things, around over there. I don't know exactly what their record was because I don't, follow them like that deep like that. But I definitely know that it was an improvement when Ben Johnson was promoted to that title he has now over there.
Mm-hmm. So let's look at 2021, which is the year before he took over. Everybody see that?
Yeah.
So Goff, 3,245 yards. The rushers, DeAndre Swift, 617. Among Ross, A. Brown, 912. Right. Let's look at the in depth though. Right. So Jamal Williams at 600, so it's like a dual running back thing. Still, they're right on 4 yards a carry. Right. We got not a ton of touchdowns, 5, 3. You'd hope for probably a little bit more productivity out of the backs than that. Let's see. And then Goff, 67% completion percentage, 3,200 yards, 19-8. Okay, right. Ratings 91.5. That's the quarterback rating, which is really forgiving. So, okay, sacked 35 times. All right. So then Ben Johnson takes over as passing game coordinator. Goff has 4,438 yards. Jamal Williams has 1,066. Now, he's not the running coordinator, just saying. I'm on Ross St. Brown, 1,161. Right. Let's look at the overall numbers. Goff, 65% completion, 44 100 yards or more,
What up, Pizzle?
and 29 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. Sacks go down to 23 from 35. John Swift has almost the same amount of yards, but Jamal Williams almost doubles his production. He scores 17 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Amon-Ra St. Brown goes for 1161. And then, we have 6'5", 400-yard receivers, right? If we go back and look at what's going on in 21, and we get down to the receivers, how many guys have more than 400 yards? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Like the ball is being spread around more, but the top guy is still getting more yards, and there's more touchdown production. And that's the first season, right? And then I think it gets better in 23.
Yeah.
Golf throws some more yards. I'm gonna say Broncos for 1,500 yards receiving. What?
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason why, like we're all, or, just the fans and all the other teams, are really, like they would love to have his coaching services. And, yeah, it's just
What does this mean? Sam Laporta, think about what that means for like a Brock Bowers. Got 120 targets. And he's not even number one guy. He was a tight end coach a lot, right? Like you read that off.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is good for
Bowers.
a boy, Bowers. Yeah. And it is.
And the thing about it is, he had a top receiver in St. Brown, and it was able to get Laporta a big portion, not like sneaking him in. Like he's obviously a part of the offense, an integral part, without having to be the main component of it. So that's a good thing.
Right, because that's what we want to have happen, right? We want to get our Amon-Ra St. Brown, who could just be Jacoby Myers, and have the tight end be a huge threat, but not necessarily the number one receiver, right?
Right. Pizzle, what's up?
We got Pizzle and the Heezy.
Yeah, what's up, Pizzle?
Peasy and the Heezy.
That's right. My boy Pizzle. That boy is a gentleman and a scholar.
Right.
Let's see what we can do here.
He should be budding pretty soon with that grow lamp he always under. Look like daylight at his mouth.
Should be budding. The man said
he should be budding right now.
He said he should be budding by now. You fool. He do be a as I promise. So I think that the argument that he's driving a Ferrari may be a little bit overblown. I think it's more like he is a Formula One driver. And, as a person who is a real driver, real car person, real trained driver, I can beat most people in a lesser car. Right? Because I'm going to outshift you.
I don't know. I know you guys are familiar with Rice Rockets, them Hondas. I mean, you put them up, you put the right engine in them and the right driver in that thing, shoot, them things go. I mean, shoot. And then when you know,
JDM build, you're gonna get a JDM.
and then you run that rice rocket up, and then next thing you know it, you ride it like Pac say, I'm in a bucket, but I'm riding it like it's a Benz. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do with what you got because you can't upgrade it. I mean, like for real, if we really show promise and players want to come here, we're gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get better, and then the more options we have, the more integral our offense can get. Because honestly, as you look around the league, the top teams that's in the playoffs, their offensive plays, they have schemes. And it's not like they're really calling plays. So that if we can find ourselves in that position, then we won't be so predictable and won't be so easy to beat. But you got to do that with personnel, and you got to work with what you got. And we did. We seen some bright spots like Jacoby, bright spot, because that could have been a player easily that we let go and then end up going somewhere else, and you'd be like, damn, we just had him. You know what I'm saying? And that happens to us, you know. And sometimes it's not 1 year, sometimes it's 2 years. Man, I seen Danica Autry balling. You know what I'm saying? We had him a while ago, balling right now. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, Danica Autry was a loss, I think, in the same season as Khalil Mack. Sneaky. And he went to a division opponent.
So I'm not expecting us to make Jaden Daniels leap, but we should see some show enough progression where people see our vision. Because if Ben Johnson sees the vision, then people are going to buy in. Because if you come in and talk to Ben Johnson, and then you happen to be walking out, and here comes Tom Brady walking up, it's hard to keep on walking, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And that's a benefit that we have right now by having Tom Brady. Whether we like where he came from or how he got here, he's paying. He's earning his check, so to speak. So you can't be mad at a person that earns their check.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because when stuff was going stupid, we was like, where the hell Tom doing? Like when we won that game we wasn't supposed to, we was like, what the hell? What's Tom doing? Like everybody was like, and then, you know, sure enough, it was some moves made. Tom is a cerebral guy. The more I hear him announce games, the more I understand that he understands the game at a prime level, like a premium up there level, like a Uber level. You know what I'm saying? So
I'd call it preternatural. Well, go ahead. Preternatural, yeah.
Oh, preternatural.
Like, right, like instinctual, like the why level, right? Like so, you know, there's the what, right? If you're a player, you have to know the what, right? And you spend your life trying to get better at the how, right? And if you're paying attention, then you can know the when, and you're not off sides or in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Facts.
But the people who excel, they get the why. And just know that in every phase of your life, it's the why.
I hate to admit it, but you're right, brother.
All right.
It's always the why.
He knows why. And so then you can freelance and you can do all kinds of stuff because you know why, right? The what, the when, the how, cool. But why? Right? So my favorite question, but why? So I asked the chat to kind of throw out some folks that they want to see on staff. Robert Saleh. All right, so this is a point. Robert Saleh looks like the leading candidate for Jacksonville now. Isn't that funny?
He's coming in for a interview with us on Thursday.
He is, but I guess Jacksonville really likes him too. I'd like to see Robert Saleh as the defensive coordinator. He's an experienced guy who's been a head coach, and I think that's what we need for a young head coach who was an offensive coordinator. But go ahead, Blake.
No, I think Jacksonville might be good for him. I mean, I think Jacksonville might be good for him. I think Jacksonville is one of those jobs that people are like overlooking because
You know
they're
why?
not that far away. I mean, like they were just there. They just had a bad season for whatever the reason is. And if it holds true to, like I say, you win championships from the top down, not the player up, then I'm not looking at the fact that Sunshine had a bad season this year, Trevor Lawrence. I'm not looking at that as much as if a coach come in and turn it around, and next thing you know it, they're back in the mix again. It's not like they're in a division where they got to win 13 games or something like that. You know, so they could easily turn that franchise back around. No different than when they got rid of the coach with the girl that was the college coach. What's his name? The coach that Jacksonville had that they got rid of, Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer. Yeah.
Urban Meyer. Yeah, they got rid of him after 1 year, and then another coach came in, and the franchise turned around. So I think that's a sleeper job. So that might be good for him.
Yeah. The only issue with them is
GM.
Well, you know what, Western? Yeah. What Trent Baalke, right?
Yeah, it's the GM. It's bulky, and that goes back to our favorite Jim Harbaugh. Yeah, Harbaugh. You know, but yeah, you know, bulky. He's not very popular. You know, out there. You know.
He seems like he might be a little bit prickly.
Yeah.
He's rubbing people the wrong way.
Their owner tries, you know, he tries, but it's just he can't.
He's also a little too vocal and stuff.
Yeah, his son though is way worse. Like his son, man, is yeah, but that's for a different story for a different episode.
Era.
Yeah, for a different episode of that one, but yeah, but that's why that job is not as attractive as it seems because of the GM Balky. When I hear Balky, it makes me want to walkie.
But didn't they say they'll get rid of him though?
I think if that was the case, if they really wanted to get Ben Johnson, and if that's what Ben Johnson really was asking,
they should have
done
what we did.
He would have been done already. You know, like he.
I don't think so. I think that's stupid to get rid of your GM before you get your guy.
Well, no, I'm saying they would have had him already.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I think we do. Yeah, that'd be stupid to get rid of your GM before you get your guy, right?
Right.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
That's what that means. And that's exactly what we said. Either we are geniuses or idiots. So, problem is we've more likely been idiots most of the time. But anyway, players make coaches. Golf is Reason Johnson is a name. This has been going back and forth in the chat. I love it. And he says Golf had like 5 elite years in LA. This is true.
But why they get rid of him then and then get another quarterback and win the Super Bowl? Because you couldn't get him over that. Because you couldn't get him over that. You couldn't get him over that hump. Like you can call the years elite statistically, yeah, I'll give you that. But I'm not. I'm looking for a player that I would think that you would look for a quarterback that the numbers are a byproduct of the work. Like let's say I use Patrick Mahomes. Some years his numbers would be crazy. This year his numbers are so out of there. He ain't even in the question of player of the year or nothing like that because his numbers is terrible. But you know, if he end up in that Super Bowl, you know that he got what it takes to get you over that hump.
None of that matters.
So yeah. So the numbers. If you want to say he had elite years. Yeah, I mean, considering his whole career, yeah, I agree with that. I'm not dispelling that. I'm just saying that's not enough. You got to have that it factor to get you over the edge. And the question is, does the quarterback have that? And when I look at the quarterback that we're talking about, I don't know if Cam got that it. I don't know if I don't know. I think Shador might have it. But I don't know what that it looked like not under his father. And I don't think it's a big drop that'll happen, but he might play a little bit more free. He might not play as much as disciplined. I don't know. I don't know, but I do think he's on the precipice or on the cusp of having that it thing after a couple years. I don't think he got it right this moment, but he got the learning curve to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think he has a higher potential than golf, because right now golf is not like overachieving, but he is playing up to what is expected. Because let's not forget, he was the number one pick, right? Am I right about that?
Number one pick in the draft.
Yeah. Yeah, because he would be
Isn't
called
it funny?
Because he'd be called bust if he didn't put up numbers.
Right, and he was.
He was a bust for a while, right?
Even though he was putting up numbers because he didn't win the Super Bowl.
Right, and what made him not a bust anymore is because he took a team like Detroit and made them relevant, even without winning the Super Bowl.
Right.
But if he wins the Super Bowl, now what'll happen is the question of him Hall of Fame and all that, then he got action because the numbers now match the championship.
And the pedigree, right?
Yeah.
So once again, a quarterback picked number one, even in a year that's down. That's another hit. That hit rate just went up. It's already like 75 to 80%, 70%. But yeah, whatever. Don't pick a quarterback number one because they might fail. They fail less often than any other position. But anyway, he's an offensive guru, Ben Johnson. I agree. And so, it's Pizzle. He's got some mojo going, right? Because golf was good there, Like, it was like, okay, oh yeah, they're better. But now I look at Jared Goff and I'm like, where did this freaking assassin come from? Jesus Lord. It's like, oh, he just has like 400 yards, 3 incompletions, like
yeah.
Multiple touchdowns.
It's a combo of things to help Jared Goff, though. Like, Jared Goff is really good, right? But he also has Ben Johnson, the mad scientist, right? And then he also has some great weapons on offense too. So really, everybody makes each other shine, in that offense.
Wow, they're coming for you, Black.
Yeah, I saw that earlier, man. I was kind of chuckling on the inside when I saw that.
Because I said something.
Yeah,
because I'm waiting.
That's also a backslide shot at me at the same time. I see you.
Nah, man, I keep hitting refresh, hoping that they say, "Oh, we hired." I'm over here hitting refresh on the phone.
Man, that's how you know. It's like the night before Christmas. Yeah, shout out to Pizzle. Hold up. He was the Dungy of quarterbacks. That's dang.
Interesting.
We're just like, man, he's good or something, but like they're not winning it until they did. Exactly. Let's see. Goff was that good in LA as well for multiple years. Really though? You're gonna have to tell me what years. I don't remember him being like this.
No.
At all.
Not like the last 2 years.
You said you ain't as bad as Ben sometimes. Thank you, Fizzle. I'll take it. As long as I'm better than Ben, then I win. Shout out to Ben. He's one of the best at the hosty thing. You be having like 12 people on there, and you still understand what's happening. So I don't know how you do that. Amazing. That's real though. It's like the jungle, but
Welcome to the jungle.
Welcome to this.
Oh man.
it's more like a library around here, you know?
we're at the Harvard. We're in the Harvard debate room where everybody's just in here chilling. We in here at lunchtime playing around, waiting for the instructor to come or something.
Yeah.
We're running
Yeah,
a mock. We're running
show up.
mock debates.
Yeah, exactly. Ah, man, debate was amazing. Some of the best times. So, 17 and 20, Goff was just as good as Mahomes.
I ain't even gonna touch that one.
Was his record 17 and 20? Is that what you're saying? And he was just as good as Mahomes? Like with the Rams? Is that what you're saying?
That's what he's saying.
So
put it in the chat. I just want to confirm that's what you're saying.
The best time that I remember Goff was when he was firing on all cylinders with Todd Gurley, when Todd Gurley was just like running everywhere and Robert Woods was like doing something, and I can't really, and then I can't really think like beyond that, because like post Todd Gurley era there, I don't see him putting up numbers as Mahomes. Now, please correct me if I'm wrong. That's one that I don't want to touch right there.
Let's
but shout out to him, because I see him, he's in also my channel, my comments too, so thank you for sharing your thoughts and opinions, but hey, some people feel a certain way about certain guys, and
man, they have a thing where they're like, no, actually I see him different than y'all missing it, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna sit here and be Mr. Poo-Poo on that. We're gonna do what we should do is go look at the stats, right? Let's go look at the stats. All right. So let's see. So 2017, we gotta go look at the Rams, right? Because he would have been playing for the Rams back then. That's the whole point. It looks like maybe 2017. Oh, it's not switching over to the Rams. That's the problem. Let's do a refresher here, guys. Trying to get this prepared for y'all to see.
You've been in my comments, bro. What are you talking about, man? I'm not trying to say who's wrong or whatever, but your name, brother, I've seen you in, but hey, I'm not trying to argue with you, or anything like that, but pretty certain I've seen you on comments of my posts and my content that unless there's a evil version of you out there that I don't know of.
This is the evil twin V visa. Yeah. The evil twin
Thank
V.
you, brother. Thank you, though. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely, around. He was like with us the other night, last night. I guess it was last night or yesterday, though. It turned into a weird thing. Let's take a look at the Ramity Rams. All right. Where are we at? You guys can see this, right?
Yeah.
Let's look at stats. And we'll go back to 17. Oh, that's the postseason. Sorry about that. Oh, that's a good sign, right? Wait. Oh, there we go. Regular season. Okay. So, Goff in 2017, 3,800 yards. Nice. 28 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Good year. 62% completion percentage. So pretty damn good, man. You know, not 65, but like 62, not 4,500, but 3,800. But the touchdowns and interceptions are nice, 28 and 7, right? He did have some Gurley to throw to, but it was you know, Gurley 2, 1 cup.
Stop it.
Robert Woods.
What?
What?
Man, it said two girlies, one
Gurley-
Then
cup.
he said two girlies, one
He said
cup.
two girlies, one. Man, stop it with your filth.
That's pretty good.
that was a thought about fantasy football name that I had for
Man
my
said
team.
two
when I
girlies,
had
one
Cup
cup.
and Gurley. He's Gurley the second. Okay, he did it. Not me.
Oh man,
But it's pretty talented team. You know, Gurley, Cup, Woods, Watkins, Tyler Higbee, Gerald Everett, Josh Reynolds. Right. I mean, okay, there's some people to throw to, and then obviously we have Gurley, and even talk about Tavon Austin, right? Who was a wide receiver / running back at that time, right? So yeah, they was pretty good, but like, let's see what he did the next year. So we're gonna go all the way through, and can compare, right? Whew. Oh boy, Goff goes nuclear in 2018. So this is why we have the best chat. He says, "Yep, we're up to 65%, 4,600 yards, 32 and 12. This looks just like he did this year." And then we have Robert Woods and Brandon Cooks. Right. And then we still have Cooper Kupp, who didn't play in half the season. And Josh Reynolds, Egbert. Yeah, good team. Same running back core. They added CJ Anderson, who had limited rushes, but 7 yards a carry. And when he was playing, it was just like, I don't know, it was like a beast, dude. He was just running over everybody, right? For like a couple games there. Boy, he was. I had him in fantasy football at the time, so I remember being like,
I had Brandon Cooks. No, it was either Brandon Cooks or Robert Woods. No, it was Woods. I think it was Woods last year there or something, and he didn't nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 19 carries, and then he had. Oh, this is a good year. 86 receptions here, so this is good. 1,200 yards, 6 touchdowns. You'd like to see more touchdowns. You know what I mean? Receivers, come on, man. You need to see double-digit touchdowns from your number one receiver. Both Laporta and Amon-Ra St. Brown have 10 touchdowns this season. That'll do it. But this is, Goff. So we're starting to see, like, you put Goff with a genius coordinator, right? Another 4,600-yard season, and about 22 and 16 is not cutting it, though. That's not gonna work for me. Yeah, that the TD to interception ratio not gonna do it, and we're down to 63%. So this is a pretty good year, but then touchdowns be important, y'all. And those interceptions and stuff. This is the Robert Woods fall off the cliff year, I believe, right? No, he still has 90 receptions this year, so it has to be the next one. And Gerald Everett is still there. Brandon Cooks. So it's not like he lost a lot of talent, but something made right. I think it's the strobe light. Then we go 2020. That's the last year of the argument. 3,900 yards, so not bad. Let's look how it's put together. So Cam Akers is there, Joe. Okay. And Goff, so he has 67% completion. That's good. But it's that 20 and 13 thing. So, okay. Here's my statement on this argument. V. He had 1 year, which was similar to the year he's having this year. And the other year, he had one other year that was pretty good. And then the rest of those years looked more like what Goff looked like before Ben Johnson in Detroit, right? Whereas this is good, right? But the TD to interception ratio could be a lot better. 19 and 7 with Detroit, 22 and 13 over here. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I think there's some similarity. There's some validity to your argument that he was already a good player, right? You're correct. I think that this Ben Johnson pairing though has taken him from like good to
Great,
like the gladiator or something.
Gladiator.
Are you not entertained? I'm like, this dude is out here. Woo, man. You know, he says Goff choked in the 2019 Super Bowl. Well, that's important. You left that out of your argument. But yeah, no. He's a thoughtful guy. He gives all the information on both sides. Yeah, I think that like I was talking about earlier, like what could Ben Johnson do with Shedeur Sanders as opposed to Goff? Did you get a chance to look at any Sanders tape yet? I know you've been looking at some tape and stuff.
I watched tape on him, and my biggest thing, and I've said here in the past too, is that he holds onto the ball too long, and just like Cam, they both like to play hero ball too much. So those are my two things. But he's accurate, and he could throw darts and stuff. But I definitely think that if we were to get Sanders or Cam Ward, Ben Johnson could definitely make things work because he's a mad scientist, right? He's a offensive guru, right? So yeah, I've heard all kinds of stuff, with him and what kind of quarterbacks, he would take. Oh, so one thing before I go that I would like to bring up to all the Raider fans out there watching. After watching Sam Darnold, do you still want Sam Darnold? Do you still want Sam Darnold?
Okay, let's talk about that.
You know what I mean? So
no, I want to. I want to talk about this because
there's people, and I ain't saying you, but I'm just saying just in general, right? Like, so I'm gonna just say, if we do get Ben Johnson, and if Ben Johnson's like, yo, let's get Sam Darnold as a bridge guy, he's gonna be the bridge dude to carry our team until our young guy is ready to get thrown into the fire, and then sure. But you put Sam Darnold in a different offense, and well, not different because so let's say if he went to a high power team like the Eagles or the Chiefs or something, I still think he'd do pretty well. But it's the offensive system that he was in which made him look good. And I ain't trying to hate on him or talk down on him, but what I'm just trying to say is that the offense that he was in, right, was perfect for him, and he would be a fool to go to a different team if I was Darnold. I feel like that is home for him, and he's in a perfect spot. And we'll see what they're going to do with JJ, but I don't see JJ getting traded now, or shuffled or anything like that, right? But I just know that there was a lot of fans too, because I get off work and I settle things down here at home, and then I do my deep dive into stuff, and some fans are like, "Whoa!" Like they jumped off that Darnold train, you know what I mean? After they were all like, "Oh, Darnold," and it's that system that he's in, right? That makes him look good, and he has who is he throwing it to? Like Jettas, you know what I mean? He has one of the best wideouts out there. He has a good offense too, and that's what makes him look good. It's like putting shiny diamonds on shit. Part of my language, you know what I mean? But it makes him look, good, out there, and yeah. So to end all this, so I don't babble on. If Ben Johnson, if he was our coach, if he's like, all right, get him, you give Ben Johnson what Ben Johnson wants. But I think that it was the Vikings offense and system that made him look good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So he lost a game on the road against Detroit. And, Detroit is, 14-3 this year, right? Okay. I mean, it was a big game. So that counts for some. Can he play in big games, or is that a problem, right? And then we go to the playoffs, and they lose again, right? But why did they lose, though? There were some drops by receivers that were pretty egregious. Like, I'm not going to say, like, choked or anything, but it felt kind of choked.
The Reggie Miller choke. Some emote you just did right there.
I was just rubbing my neck.
Rubbing the old Tiger Bomb Vicks on the neck. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, because you can't do that. You get kicked out. You can't be doing a choke signal. I just said that. So, drops. How many sacks? No, I think it was like 9 sacks, bro. 9. We were talking about it. Like, those were like almost all not his fault. 2 were his fault. But the other 7, not so much. His interception, I think, went off like the hands of a receiver, I believe. Or it was like right out of their reach or something, like on a short little screen kind of play or something. He did fumble the ball, but like I said, he was getting trucked. Like free runs from D tackles at your quarterback usually end up in
Talking about
bad
Sam
things.
Darnold? Yeah, well, what he showed me last night is he avoided that blue tent.
Yeah, that's real.
Because he knew that bag was in. He knew that bag was in play there, which is kind of messed up. Because had they would have negotiated 2 weeks ago, they'd been getting top dollar, and now he just it's the question is, are they even going to keep him? But I don't think it was his fault. Like you said, he was getting. That old line was something wasn't right. They was running through that boy like X-Lax, boy. I was feeling sorry for the boy.
Now that's running through him like he was at a Diddy party.
For real.
At the diddler.
Like they came with baby lotion, baby oil,
the finest fresh milk.
Baby.
From Cambodia.
and went on a vacation.
Oh, no.
Vacation. I'm like, whoa. They was going crazy on Sam Darnold.
Dave Chappelle, the legend.
The legend. Oh, man. That's funny. Yeah, he said they was going through him like it was on staycation.
Yeah, like a staycation. They was like, But see, they already knew the
You know,
blueprint.
it's
Like
like,
I
hey,
knew the blueprint did to Sam Darnold. He holds the ball too long. But if you let him hold the ball, he's gonna find that guy. Like he's gonna stand there. He's not afraid to stand in there. But the thing is, the pressure was so hot. You know what happened when it was just too hot in the kitchen? You gotta get out. But he had people. He
it's
had
a
fire
player.
like the LA fire was coming through the window, coming through the door, coming
Yeah.
from the roof.
Yeah.
All you could do is duck and cover, and that's all he was doing, duck and cover. While the D tackle running. Look,
Yeah.
sometimes it looked like they was hitting him so hard, they wasn't even really hitting him super hard. They was just like throwing him down, like legit, like slamming him
Yeah.
down, like throwing him down.
Rest them.
I was like, man.
You're like, that's done. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah. It was like,
offensive genius, man.
Sammy, are you okay?
Try
Are you
running
okay,
it
Sammy?
once or twice. You want to run the ball maybe
Sammy
a little?
wasn't running nowhere. He was running to the hospital
I'm like,
after
why
the
do
game.
they keep throwing the ball every play? Anyway, it's all good. I'm sure it was Sam Darnold's fault somehow. So that's how I feel. Would I sign Sam Darnold?
So you said that.
Would I pay him like $1 jillion? No, I'm paying him $30 million.
So you're saying that it wasn't his fault, right? That's right. It was.
I'm saying it wasn't all his fault. It wasn't even mostly his fault. You see, but what it means is that he kind of is the thing that we thought he is, right? Which is okay, right? He's a very good quarterback. If everything
Exactly.
is good
That is the key. That is the key. That last part you just said, when everything is good around him, it's like just add water, right? You gotta add water just to have full. You know what I mean?
But he will be making more than Gardner Minshew money, so that's why we don't need him.
Yeah.
No, he ain't making that. He gonna make 35.
Yeah, so just that alone lets me know we don't need him. Because I was just listening to some stuff the other day talking about, no, it was Mitchell Renz. Matter of fact, let me just go and call bro out. He gonna sit there and say we need to pay max 35 a year. Remember, we was just talking about all that. We need to, so essentially, you resetting the market for the yearly, you know what I'm saying, yearly salary. Because he's out of guaranteed money, so you just bump up his yearly salary and that kind of give him $10 million each or whatever, and he probably still gonna want more guaranteed money on top of that.
As long as he's near number one, he'll be fine. You just gotta up the last guy or get right up on there, and then if you want to say, listen, who's the number one per year salary guy at defensive end right now? Right? Is it like Bosa or something?
What, the next guy after that?
No, the top guy
is Garrett
right now. I'm gonna say it's not, even though it should be. Probably.
I think it's Bosa.
Right?
It's gonna be Garrett, Watt, or Bosa. One of the Bosas.
Yeah, it might be Bosa. Let's see. Yeah, it's Bosa. 34 for Bosa. So that's why it's 35. See? Myles Garrett is actually 25.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Both the Bosas make more than him. Joey makes 27. Montez Sweat makes 24.5. And Crosby was at 23.5. See what has happened is he was down here, and then you give him the respect money, you get him up there, and then the ladder just keeps going up. Right? Because then the next guy that comes up is going to be like, I need 36. And then it'll be like, the next guy that comes up, I need 37. It's usually these guys are down here because they were making the money. See how this works? So Sweat will probably come up before Garrett or right around the same time. And Garrett will be like, yeah, let me at 38, please. So, and it won't be that he's a free agent because they don't let good players go to free agency. They just re-sign them.
So, guys, before I head out, is there any final thoughts or anything you would like to ask me, or any quick things before I jet out of here? Is there anything?
Okay, so tie it up. Odds that Ben Johnson is the next head coach of the Raiders. What do you think? What's the percentage?
That he's going to be our coach?
Mm.
So if I were a betting man, and if I were to go place a bet in Vegas right now and say, I bet this is going to be the Raiders' next coach, I would put my money on Pete Carroll.
Damn.
Wow.
I'll put my
Wow.
and see, this is why I'm great on the show, because I think completely different. You know what I mean? I don't know if you can, but I'm just I got a feeling that, and I know there's a lot of people that are like, well, I don't think he'll go to the Bears and play against his former team, right? But Caleb, you know, I see that, and then I could also see, I don't even want to say Jacksonville. So I just see it as the Bears is our biggest threat right now, and the reason why I kind of have the Bears just a tad bit ahead of us is just because they have the quarterback now, and that's in Caleb. But we're attractive as a whole, aside from that, right? But I would have put my chips on Pete and Carroll if I were to go up and bet right now.
So you don't be crying and shit.
So check this out. They have this GM guy named Ryan Poles.
Yeah, I know.
And they're not gonna fire him. He's already a controversial figure. I don't think Ben Johnson's going to Chicago for that reason.
Yeah, no, that's fair, right? That's completely fair. Just I don't want to be sold with like a carrot dangling, you know, just dangling there, in front of our face, right? And
no, it's fair. It's totally fair. I think all aboard was talking about how he's just not acknowledging Ben Johnson for a while.
Who?
Because of the whole jinx.
Oh, yeah.
He's like not gonna. He's not gonna acknowledge him just to avoid the whole cursey thing right now, right? So then you have me. I'm going the complete opposite tonight. Okay, I'm taking my time to dance in the sun while it's out, because I'm from Seattle and it's only out for like 3 days. And boy, in those 3 days, we drive.
We drive everywhere.
Just out driving and shit.
Oh man,
because you can. Road's not even wet. You're like, oh my god, the sun can see. This is amazing. And then it's gone. Like that weekend.
So you think it's Ben Johnson? BJ's in Vegas?
Tonight I do.
Tonight. You said tonight, but tomorrow it could be different.
Tomorrow I might wake up in real Raider reality and be like, what the hell am I talking about? We're not getting but damn it, one night.
Yeah. No, I get it. I love having Ben Johnson too, right? It's just I don't want to buy into all the reports and stuff that I heard, because we've been down this path before, and I don't want to
Black.
We talk about tonight, right?
You said tonight.
Yeah, I'll go with 40-60.
Okay. We almost got a 50-50 there. You see? We can do
I want to say 50-50, but I think it's like 40-60 because I think it's 3 people in play here. So, but I think they know who they are. It's 3 people in play in my mind. Let me say that.
Who are the
It's
three?
going to be Gruden, Johnson, and probably Pete Carroll or something like that. Or even Dion. See what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. The Dion thing kind of withering down, but still, I mean, it's just too many. I can't give it 50, 40, 45, 45, 65. I mean,
I said I'm going all the way to 62.8.
He said he added the 0.8. The 0.8 on the scale. Yeah, he gave y'all an extra bonus.
Yeah.
He gave y'all 0.8 extra.
Hey,
He gave y'all 0.8 extra on your buy.
I like that 68.2%, like the majority, like majority rules.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right. So this is the bell curve numbers. You know, when you get that, the majority at the top there, it's 68.2%. So that's what I think. 68.2% chance.
Yeah.
The bell curve majority number of it. V knows what I'm talking about. He was there last night. We get real educational over there on the EPH Black Show, right?
Yeah, we got cerebral last night.
Cerebral.
Mm-hmm. Man, we had to drop it on him, huh? We got cerebral and we was touching the soul. Deep and shit.
We was in the spur.
Yeah. Very
right.
religious.
We was all over the place, right? But don't be Eve. That was the just don't be Eve. Right.
Don't eat the apple.
Don't eat
the apple.
Be better than that, right?
Fucked everything up.
And then we're about to hit that. Don't be
everything up. Part of my language. Part of my language.
But there's another part of this. There's the don't be Adam.
Right, that's part two. Don't be Adam either.
Wasn't just Eve, right? Adam had the thing he was supposed to do. He kind of didn't do his thing because I mean he told Adam directly, right? Like that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you mess up at the house and mom told you the thing,
but
right?
That is the power that a girl has on us men. You know what I mean? We're like, damn, she got that apple. You know what I mean?
He just summarized the whole episode last night. It took us 9 hours or something to get that. But yes,
you know, it's like, damn. Yes. You know, God told me about that apple, man. Fuck.
Man, that apple, boy. Ooh, it's red.
Oh man.
So it's your boy says, I feel like the next coach has to at least get 5 years. I mean, in my opinion, unless it's McDaniel's level of bad, then they cut him fast. But unless they got to stick with someone, but unless they got that, unless it's like that, I guess is what you're saying. They got to stick with someone and see it through. I hear you for sure, right? Unless it's like McDaniel's or even worse, AP level.
Yeah, I've been hearing that if Ben Johnson does hire, that it could be a 6-year deal. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, all right, with a big
6-year, $90 million coaching deal,
shooter pistol. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh,
if we doing that, we better go back and go get Gruden in.
You know, I'm like,
if we gonna do that, because if we gonna do that, we don't know what this guy got. Like for real, like we don't.
See, that is my only.
That's too much. Because if he come into the league with that, what are you gonna get next time? God forbid if he win us 10 games.
Yeah.
With 6 years, so it's not like we gotta worry about it anytime soon. He might get us 3 Super Bowls for it to pay him again.
Let's just get one first.
Or he might be out the
league.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that coach money guarantee.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, you know, there it is, right? Like, I agree. We do want to settle in with somebody. You know what I mean? I think that's the hold up with Pete Carroll. I think if Pete Carroll is 10 years younger, this is not even a competition. I think he gets the job, and we go, sorry, we're not. Ben Johnson, you can go wherever you're going to go. But, like, you know, we got our guy who's going to be here for a while. He's older, but he's the man, right, as far as achievement and being able to put together and program and all that good stuff. So interesting, right? The fact we have Brady, something right might happen for us. That's what I'm saying.
Hey,
It's like the
uh,
some mojo got
yeah.
remixed.
So
You know?
before I head out, I'm gonna just read the last comment that was
Mhm.
posted here by It's the boy. As an outside fan, who has the worst coaching tenure for the Raiders in y'all opinion, McDaniels or AP? Now I touched bases on this last episode, and I'm gonna say it. And for me, the worst coach. So the way that I'm reading this question is in like who was the worst coach, like the bad hire, right? So I'm gonna go with
Mhm.
Antonio Pierce was worse than Josh McDaniels, and I say that just because McDaniels knew how to call a timeout, he knew how to manage a game, he knew when to kick a field goal, he knew when to punt the ball, he knew how to run a 2-minute drill, and all of that kind of stuff. Antonio Pierce couldn't manage simple, normal coaching fundamentals, and for that reason, I'm gonna say like Mark Cuban on Shark Tank. I'm out. you know, like that.
That's interesting because
That's a
I say the worst
mic drop.
was definitely McDaniels because for one, he's supposed to know what he's doing. He was like the chick that you seen with somebody else and you thought might have been kind of bad, but then when you got her, she was like no good at all.
Dead
Like
fish.
she was
She's dead fish.
starfish, you know what I'm saying? Pillow
Why you
princess.
starfishing?
Just like it was like
Yeah.
overhyped, you know what I'm saying? And then sabotaged our franchise, like got rid of our best friend, you know, and Derek Carr, you know, not literally, but you know, and got rid of
Mm,
one of our close
but
friends figuratively
figuratively, yeah,
and just
yeah.
caused a whole bunch of chaos. And then we end up
Just all kind
with
of
an
shit.
AP type chick. I mean, we thought we had she
Right,
had us feeling good metaphorically, and but
right. Saying all the
come to
right
find out
stuff.
the ass stank because it couldn't call timeouts. Didn't know how to
No,
cut a steak right. I mean, you sure
go over there and like the tub
yeah,
is
the tub
dirty.
is dirty. Like, so we was like, we could
Like,
stay around to work with it, but you should know better. I mean, so I think the worst
yeah,
out of the two
no.
was McDaniels because at least AP didn't know no better because, you know, it was his first time around.
Mhm.
So I give him a little grace for that. And it felt worse with
Interesting.
McDaniels to me.
Chat, who was
But I
worse?
respect what you
Tell us
said
what
think,
you
though, because neither one of them wasn't worth the oxygen in a Shark
think.
Tank. So
Mhm. It was not great. It was not great. Yeah, I lean towards AP, man. And the reason I say that is we own the Broncos, at least, right? That's very true. And we were able to like call timeout and challenge the right plays mostly.
Normal head coaching
Uh,
duties.
y'all forgot receivers running in the same route.
hey, that was one
No, that
time.
wasn't one time. The one time was when they pushed one person and knocked two people down in the last play of the game. That's one time.
that,
The perfect
that was
pass,
the best
too.
play drawn up
That
ever I've
was
ever
so
seen.
messed up.
Right, you pushed one of them and
Yeah.
both of them fell down.
Yeah, two receivers open. They ran into
Right,
each other.
so
Carr got
Oh
robbed on
man,
that play, man. That was his I beat Kansas City moment. You know what I mean?
yeah.
yeah.
That was it.
All right.
I mean, he beat him other times, but that was one that was going to be huge. Yeah. So, yeah, I know you got to get up
All
out of
right,
here.
before I go, I'm going to just answer this question. Who are your picks for the playoffs next week? I'll go last, so I'll let.
Oh, how did we do last week?
I
Did we
was
pick?
I was wrong on two games.
I know I was wrong on
I was
one of them for
wrong on
sure.
one. Yeah. I was wrong on the Bronco game.
Uh,
Apparently, his receivers forgot to catch balls. at all.
Oh,
So
I
that was
picked
great.
Pittsburgh, I think.
Yeah, I think you did. So we all got one wrong. What was the second game you got wrong?
So I missed on the Vikings game because I thought the Vikings offensive power was going to beat the Rams. So I always admit when I'm wrong. And then there was a second game. I gotta go back to it, but I know it was two games that I did lose.
Okay, so let's look at the games this week. Chad, if you can remember how Western was absolutely wrong on that second game, please put it in the chat and make sure you spam him with it on his channel.
So let's go through the games real quick, so we can.
Yeah.
decide
So what games were on last week? Because there was a lot of.
So let's see. Let's look at review what we did last week, I guess.
The Buccaneers game. It was the Buccaneers game.
Yeah.
I don't even remember who I picked, but that game was close.
Yeah, that was a toss up.
It was
I might have got that one.
Yeah, so for the Raider games, I on this show when we've been picking games live on this show, I've been perfect, but the playoffs, I have failed, on that one. And I try to stay.
Oh, come on.
I try to stay.
I failed. That's such a strong word. I'd go more like lost to me. But that's it. It's good. It's close. Let's see.
I just had the playoffs pulled up right here on my phone, but then I
flubbed it. Or your phone was just like, oh, you wanted that information? No. All right. So Buffalo, Denver, Houston, Chargers. Told you Chargers was a good joke. Baltimore.
Hey, so
Pittsburgh.
I watched that game after highlights. I ain't gonna go on because we always have a triple threat match. On that. So out of
don't you say that man's name. No, go ahead.
You already know I'm gonna get triggered.
Out of those 4 picks, I only seen 2 that was that person's fault, and I'll just stop from there. But I will say, we just need one more team in the AFC West to get knocked out, and then I'll be a very happy, smiling camper. You know what I mean? So they're all sitting right. They're all going fishing with us right now. They're casting their reel right now, and we just need the Chiefs to join us in this boat.
Well, we ain't gonna wait for them. We'll come back for them because they ain't losing no time. So
let's see. Because of how things shook out, we'll talk about that, right? So Philly, Green Bay. Philly did the Philly thing. The Rams, Minnesota. I told you.
I picked Rams, I think, on that.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah, I think he was the only person who picked Minnesota. So
I picked that.
Commanders, Bucks. Commanders 23, Bucks 20. Rookie quarterback wins the
playoff. Man. I give you down his props, man. Like that was a hell of a game, and
you watched him, and it was like, this is his rookie.
Well, that's what happened when your team believes in you, though.
Exactly. That is the impact of getting a future guy, which is what we need. We got to have somebody who comes on that we draft who is a pastor, and then our team has faith. You know what I mean? In him, man. But Baker fumbled, or he was part of the fumble. You know what I mean? And that was And my boss at work is a diehard Tampa Bay fan, and he's like, "That's what Baker does, man. He takes you there, then he always does something stupid, or he throws a pick, or he fumbles it, And I'm like, oh man. But yeah,
this is why I love V. This guy is not afraid to admit when something doesn't go his way.
I was waiting for that to be propped up. So I'm gonna just say this, and I won't go on because we'll go on our well. It'll be like the Three Stooges. Put one choking each other, one stabbing each other, one shooting each other with a gun. You know what I mean? So Herbert, and look, fans, this is just me. This is not them. This is just me thinking here because we all have our little take on Herbert. All that. I'm gonna just say, so if you want to say, and I hate saying this as a Raider fan because I dislike the Chargers, right? But how many picks did Herbert throw all year, right? But then, but
no, but soon as it was
then in the
pressure,
game, yes, you know what I mean. He had 2 picks that I saw that was his fault. The others were in the receiver's hands, but he said coulda, shoulda, woulda, but I'll still say to this day, I believe this is just me on the panel here. I believe that he is a good quarterback. I don't believe he's a dumpster fire. And I hate saying that. Trust me, I hate saying that as a Raider fan. I honestly, and it's just me truthfully speaking from the heart here, like when I watch things, I really not try to be biased, on things, and I really try to just see where the pros and cons are, and I do see some of the pros in Herbert, and I'm not a Oregon fan or I don't follow them, or things like that. I just that's just my take on it.
I say that Justin Herbert is
what? That's what we talking about? No, I'm just playing.
I think that he is like a slightly improved but same result version of post 2016 Derek Carr. Okay, there you go. I'll make everyone mad.
Right. No, you trying it.
So, chat, I'll just say real fast. After we went live on our last show and the show was over, we battled for felt like an hour on Jim Harbaugh and Herbert, and trust me, not one of us we didn't want to raise the white flag, and that's what's great.
No one
that's what's great
relented.
about us, because we all have our certain way we feel things about that, right? Like right now, your top comment, Herbert is a coward. Hey, I'm smiling at that right now. You know what I mean? Hey, you know what I mean? Hey, that's you know what? I
different reason, same results.
Hey.
Carr's not a coward. He just anyway, but Herbert is just afraid to take a risk.
Man. That boy, when the game get tight, when he needs to make that throw, something always happens. It's usually an overthrow. But in this game, it was an interception. So to me, you were going backwards.
Because
I'd rather you overthrow somebody than throw it to the other team. Then how many pick sixes?
Well, one
and 3/4, right? One in 9/16. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, you got over one of those in the game. Damn.
So I'm just saying, like, yeah,
he's like,
his playoff stats is 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. That's what I'm gonna say, though. I mean, but to be fair,
he's not a dumpster fire. He's not a dumpster fire.
Be a little misleading.
He's not a dumpster fire.
No. It's cool. Like
he's more like an office trash can.
Yeah, they call him bottom of the trash barrel, scum, water. All that, you know what I mean? It's great, but I really don't.
He's more like pond water.
Marsh water. You're marsh water.
Right. I can't really drink that.
All right. Hey, so I can't be here that much longer. Let's go to the game picks, please.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go. We have Houston Texans, Kansas
But they
City
gonna get
Chiefs.
scrapes. Man, the Texans lucky they won the game last week. They was playing. They was playing. Yeah. Anyway, they lucky they won last week.
I'm going with Chiefs here too.
How much better than the Chiefs and the
They
Chargers?
could probably beat the Chiefs. Chiefs could probably beat them with the backup.
Damn.
Now watch
Who's
the game.
gonna win?
Now watch the game
Carson
be
wins?
close. Watch the game be close now, because I said that.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. What you think?
Oh, Chiefs. Chiefs, you know what I mean? And I hate to, say that, but once again, one of my favorite quotes that I'm starting to say now, you got to think with the chart and not your heart.
Yeah.
Well, there is
And
a
guess
heart in chart.
I think
Oh,
there's
God.
always an upset.
Don't dude. You said the Broncos last week, bro. Don't do it.
And a young quarterback always makes his name at some point in the playoffs.
That's true.
And if
Well,
it's not
you-
no motherfucking Knicks, then it
CJ
might just
Stroud is
be
missing
CJ Stroud.
He missing
Hey.
something. I don't know what it
They
is, but
won.
he missing
They
it.
won another playoff game.
Man, because that defense is crazy.
They won another playoff game.
Well, yeah, well, let's see if
They're
it
playing
travels to
I'm talking
Kansas.
about the whole team
Let's see if
is
it
playing
travels to
Kansas City.
then.
Only one of those quarterbacks made the Pro Bowl.
Oh, you really tripping now. Next team. Next game.
Hey, I gotta say now though, because you said Pro Bowl, the Pro Bowl don't mean shit now, dude. The Pro Bowl is not the same
No, that's
Pro
the point he's
Bowl
trying to make.
as what the Pro Bowl used to be. Dude, the Pro Bowl used to mean something. It used to mean
It
something.
still means you're the top quarterback.
So what does it mean if you don't even make
It-
the
it-
Pro Bowl?
That you're not one of the best quarterbacks in the league that year. That's what that means. Statistically.
But
Statistically.
now
Does that mean it's Mahomes' fault? No,
Hey,
but what does that mean about
correct
the
me
team
if
right
I'm
now?
wrong here, but
They're
don't
suspect.
but
I mean,
don't-
they're suspect.
don't players
16.
pass on it though to where they're like, nah, I'm cool. You know
That's
what I mean?
fine.
You know
That's
what I mean?
fine.
Players pass
Yeah,
on
but he
it,
didn't.
You know?
No, that's fine.
But he
That's
didn't.
fine.
Hey,
That's
hey.
fine.
They didn't even ask him
All
because
right,
he would
okay,
have
look,
I'll
look.
take it. Oh my god.
I-
Really? After this
So
year?
I give CJ, he's great. I wish we would have drafted him, right? But just all I'm saying on the Pro Bowl is that the Pro Bowl is not the same as it was. Like it doesn't have the same title. You know?
It's still it's an accolade still, regardless. It's you get paid more with it on your resume than you don't. Then it's not on there.
Tyrod Huntley made the Pro Bowl, bro. You know what I mean?
And when
come
he go
on,
in there,
Tyrod Huntley made the Pro Bowl,
and when
man.
he go in there, and when he go in there and negotiate, had he not had that Pro Bowl, he wouldn't have zero leverage.
Yeah, what were his stats that year too?
So, but if
He played really well. If you put him in that offense, obviously he's pretty damn good.
So,
Yeah, see, this is
Next
one of those
game.
things where we'll go off the show here, guys,
Next
and then we'll
game.
banter back and forth for like an hour
It's not
after.
about, like, so the Pro Bowl. See,
Okay,
the Pro Bowl is not about, like,
I don't.
the talent of the player. It's the ability of the player to execute for that season. That's what it's about.
Okay,
You
you
know,
get a
sometimes
star
it's
on the
more
sticker
than
chart.
Okay. All right. You know, it's not easy to play well in the NFL. That's fine.
Nah,
Whatever.
it's cool. Hey, you get 2 stars on the sticker chart
Next.
today. Guess what? When that chart's full, you get a popcorn party. Ah!
oh wow!
Can it be pizza? Like,
Yeah, I'm not a popcorn guy.
let's see.
Oh man.
The popcorn gets stuck in your teeth and stuff. Anyway, Baltimore, Buffalo.
Yeah, Baltimore is going to lose.
Who's the MVP race quarterback thingy happening in one game?
I'm going.
So,
I'm
what
going
you got?
Buffalo.
Bills, huh? All right. What you got, man? That's an upset a little bit. No, they're 2 seed, but it still would be kind of feels like an upset somehow. Go ahead.
It's the Bills versus Ravens, right?
Yeah, and Buffalo.
Baltimore.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's Baltimore too. Although it could easily be Buffalo. I mean, Josh Allen would be doing some things.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, but I feel like the cold is not gonna really be affecting Baltimore because of how they run their offense. So I think that one is I'm gonna pick the Ravens. Go ahead and go with that. And then we have Commanders Lions.
Lions.
What y'all think? Lions, huh? Okay. What you got? What you got there, Bleezy? Sam
So
Bleezy.
if I had an upset, which usually there's going to be one, this is going to be it. This will be it,
Okay.
and this will
Fair.
make it fun because now everybody can leave Detroit like fuck you, and then it'd be something to talk about next year because now it's like they imploded and they window closed. The D coordinator leave, O coordinator leave. Now you starting from a shell of your team, and then of course the Lions are going to be the favorite, but shoot, I don't know, man. I think they're going to win, but I'm going for Chocolate City, the DC.
Okay. The rookie,
Rookie.
Jaden Daniels, waltzes into Detroit, the number 1 seed. It says, take that, take that, take that. Right?
No Diddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
No
Diddy. Well, little Diddy actually, but whatever.
You got a lot of baby oil.
He should come in there with a bottle of baby oil. I swear, man. Just like squirted on the Detroit symbol. That's the floss right there, y'all. That's how you get tackled like T.O.
Right.
I'm gonna say that I've already picked my upset, and I'm gonna go chalk here and just say Detroit wins. But Black might.
No, you know what I mean. Like if the Redskins did win, okay. I'm sorry, the Commanders now. The Commanders. If the Commanders did win, I would not be shocked, at all. But I just got a feeling that Lions will get the job done.
Yeah. Josh Allen will choke versus the Ravens. He has that deer in the headlights look in the second round. Wow. Is it the second round or just the Chiefs? I don't know. We'll find out, huh? It says Josh Allen is the new Jim Kelly. It's so obvious. Wow. Was it Jim Kelly's fault though?
Jim Kelly went to 4 straight though.
He did 4 straight Super Bowls. So like he didn't even fail until the Super Bowl, and then it kind of wasn't him though. It was like Thurman Thomas mostly.
Merman.
Got fumbleitis.
Normal.
I'm like, Mr. Thurman could not hold on to the football, and like his kicker failed him in one of those Super Bowls. Like, laces out.
Yeah.
Laces out. Right?
Sucks for them. Sucks for them.
Shout out to Jim Carrey for that shit. That's hilarious. He says Black could be right though. I know. It's sneaky. He could be right. He says Lions on the turf. They roll. Goff is excellent on turf. This is true. But speed is an issue on turf. And, Jaden Daniels could just, like, run away from everybody. It's one of those things, like, I remember USC was rolling, okay? We had everything. Defense, Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, slinging around. Threw for like 99,000 yards. And then this man amongst boys named Vince Young showed up.
And took over.
And we even had the lead. And then he just said,
no,
I'm better than you.
Not today.
He's like, I'm the champion this time.
Not today.
And he was just running around. And I'm screaming at the TV, does somebody want to tackle this guy? Anybody.
I watched that game live at a pool hall, man. And I remember just watching that game, and I stopped playing pool. I put down the freaking pool stick, and I'm just watching like TV there, man, and I'm just like watching in awe. I'm like, damn, this motherfucking Vince Young, this fucking guy is cooking.
one
I'm like,
does
this guy is cooking.
Yeah,
right now.
he was giving it.
cooking. He was like, "Oh, if this is not a 34-yard freaking strike, I'm just gonna like run for another 40 or something." Stiff arming dudes, juking it. I'm like, "Oh my god, are you kidding me? Why is he faster and bigger than everybody on our teams now?"
Yeah, man, it was like I was like, I can't believe he did that. You know, that final drive. I'm like,
Unbelievable, dude. And the finish with the run, like, I'm like, God damn.
yeah,
So sometimes that guy is just that guy, man. Like, you can't tackle him. You can't tackle him. So
Yeah.
we'll see. Jim Kelly is greater than Josh Allen. Yeah, at this point.
yeah. All right, and then the last game is the Rams versus the Eagles, right?
Rams Eagles.
You
What you got?
No, my pick on that one. It's Eagles, man. Flying high now.
Fly like an
Yeah.
eagle. Yep. I'll go with
Yeah.
the Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles. I think we all going to Eagles here. It just feels like the two teams, the matchups, things that they do well are almost the same, and the Eagles just are better at it. Like a better version of what the Rams are trying to do right now. The one thing that's the wild card, the ace in the hole, is Matthew Stafford.
The magician.
You never know.
Yeah.
And it hurts over there, so it's not like.
But
he's
it
gonna be
goes down to defense, though. Like the Rams' defense ain't gonna play turn like that. The Eagles' defense show up all the time.
Yeah, the
I don't know. The Rams' defensive line has been.
They are good, but that Eagles D.
They're the ones who put 9 sacks.
No, I get it.
But they're not about to run in there and do that to the Eagles with Saquon in the backfield, please.
This is true. Saquon
He's a great equalizer.
Yeah. Didn't he almost have 2,000 yards this season?
Yeah, that boy, man, he's special.
Yep.
Or did he have
2,000? He just didn't get the.
Yeah, but he didn't break the record.
No, he was close, though.
But
he was 101 yards away, I think.
And it's funny that
Saquon had 2,005 yards this season.
Yeah.
5.8 yards a carry. 13 touchdowns.
I almost think the Eagles gonna win the Super Bowl. Really, I hate to say that. I've been seeing that. I kind of ever since the Saquon story is like starting to brew itself. You know what I'm saying? It's like a good emotional story.
Yeah.
Like he's unselfish, consummate team player. Went from there to the Eagles from the Giants to the Eagles. And it's starting to make out to be that. If I'm looking at it from this is sports entertainment aspects, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm looking at it from that aspect, I see the Saquon thing at least being in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So,
oh yeah,
I don't know. Keep your eye out for that. I haven't picked who gonna win the Super Bowl. My default answer is Kansas City. You got to beat the champions, and if they playing the way they playing, you still got to beat the champions. So I'm gonna default to them because of that. But what I'm saying is, I see this love story of Saquon playing maybe playing the Kansas City again, and then this time, something might be a little different. I don't know, but it's just me talking.
Well, I said last week that my choice, and I picked that it was going to be Bird versus Bird in the bowl. It was going to be Baltimore versus the Eagles, and I'm still going with that here. I don't think that the Chiefs are going back to the big dance this year. I get your point to where they're the champs. Like, you can't count them out, with Coach Reed and Patrick and all that. But I just feel like the Ravens, if they were to play them, they definitely, I would bet that Baltimore would beat them. And
Yeah, I agree.
Ravens versus Eagles is my pick. For the big final game. Yeah, and I won't change my answer on that.
Fair. That's fair.
All
Yeah.
right.
I called Baltimore as my ultimate champion before the season started. I think I'm gonna win the whole thing. They helped me win my fantasy league.
Nice.
Run was close. Good job, buddy. You were right there until and then I beat the other guy in the championship game. So that's great. Shout out to all aboard.
All aboard.
Yeah, his show. If you haven't checked out his channel, please
Yeah,
go check him out.
Go
His
check out
show
the channel,
today
man.
was excellent.
He's
If you want the opposite idea of how to deal with this Raider thing, where they can go ahead and check him out. He has made Ben Johnson he who shall not be named, like Voldemort. And he thinks that's the strategy.
Like,
but you know what? I'm a rebel. We're
don't
reveling
say
in
Ben
it today.
Johnson 3 times in the fucking mirror.
Ben Johnson. Right.
Yeah, but yeah, shout out to all aboard, man. He's a great dude, man, and he makes some good content, and he's very down to earth on the content that he makes. Super chill guy and awesome dude.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. Cool dude. Just really cool takes on stuff. And then he has the other channel, like a film channel. So I like that. I love film too. So,
and also make sure to sub to our channels too, please.
That's a given. If you haven't subbed to our channel,
I know. If you're not here, then
come on.
And if you didn't sub, then can't watch. You have to go. Just kidding. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding. Well, before I go, I've been here way past, than I should be, but it's hard, to go, when you're talking about the freaking Raiders, man. That when you have that much passion, and when you're around people that have the same passion, it's hard to just get up and go. But like they say, all good things must come to an end, and Western's wagon train is coming to the old Wild West, and I gotta,
you gotta plant your flag and build the hacienda or whatever. So, go plant your flag.
It shall be planted. All right, y'all. Well, I'll see y'all later. Great show, and thank you guys. And I will see you.
Yes.
I'll keep in contact. And yeah, man, keep up the great work, guys.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for coming out. And yeah, let us know when you're available next. You know how that goes.
All right.
We'll do another one. I think we'll sort of see if we can get out there Saturday. Depends on what's happening. I think me and Black will be out there regardless, right?
Right on. All right.
Some of this Western.
All right. Mr. Hot, Mr. Black, and I always say before I go, keep it cool, keep it light, keep it fresh. All right, y'all. Stay out of trouble.
There you go.
All right.
I'll try.
Later.
I'll try. So that was Western dropping by, add a little spice. Right? You got those opinions. Opinionated. Much like Mr. V here says, Rams got a Hollywood script life right now. See if it matters. I think it will. Interesting. I feel like the Lions are on that kind of, Mighty Ducks or whatever Hollywood script thing. You guys remember the Mighty Ducks? I know you remember that shit. That was hot. It was one of the best sports movies of all time. Damn it. I don't care what you say. Huh? What'd you think about that, Mr. All Aboard Film Guy? I may be angling for a show spot. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to do the film show. So, we kind of went over what I wanted to go over today, Black. And, I feel like we had enough time to really revel in our happiness. Don't you think?
Yeah, I had enough time. I'm good now because it's almost past midnight. Well, not past. It's an hour till. So No, tomorrow's another day.
The clock's gonna strike,
Yeah.
and the Cinderella dress is gonna, the pumpkin and all that shit, right? So let's get out of here,
Enjoy
and
the last
I'm gonna
hour.
enjoy this
Right.
last hour. Until we wake up in the morning, it's
Yeah,
like
we signed fill in the blank.
Mike McCarthy has been named the new head
Right.
coach of the Las
Like,
Vegas
what
Raiders.
the freak?
And I'll be like, they could have signed Ben Johnson and Pete Carroll, but they turned them down because Mike McCarthy was just that amazing in the interview. You're like, and he brought his Denny's menu into the interview, and everyone
Good.
was
I'm
stunned.
done.
No, what? That got dark fast. We're going back to the Ben Johnson is the man. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna be really
He's
good
writing
too.
it on the wall.
But it says I liked Gumby. Okay. Okay. Is this a sports movie or we just like Gumby? That's fine. Yeah. I don't know. I went to see smoking. Okay, I got you. Anyway. Yeah. This was our time to revel. Okay. Tomorrow we get to be back in reality. All right. But for tonight, just imagine it, we get Shador and he's great, and T. Higgins signs, and we resign our guys, and we have an amazing draft in the other rounds, and we are like the Commanders, okay? We go in the playoffs and win a game, and everybody's like, we might beat the 1 seed, and we're just like, yes, it's back, baby, and the crowd is crazy, Allegiant is loud.
I better go to sleep now.
Just imagine, it could happen. It could. There's a chance. Got anything you want to say, Black, before we get out of here?
Yeah, hit the like button on the way out.
Yeah, hit the like button. Tell a friend. Have them tell someone too. Tell your mama. She'd like it. Everybody likes it. All right? Come on.
Yeah.
It's RaiderNation. All right? We started late tonight. I know we did. But I just had to say it. And for the few of you who got to witness it, this was our time, okay? We could at least, there will always be this Tuesday. Right? No matter what. In those moments where we believed. So McCarthy is crazy work. Yeah, that would be the old Raiders. Right? Got a feeling that's not Brady's Raiders.
Right.
You see, it's not the Raider way right now. That's gone. That died with Al. Some would say that it died with Al getting old.
It's the Braider way.
It's not the
It's the
Patriot way. That's
Braider,
right.
like Brady and Raider.
It's
Like the Braider way.
Braider way. That's right. I like it. That's what it
Braider
is.
way.
A little Michigan, right? A little Tampa, a little Brady-ness, a little Raiderness.
Yeah, y'all heard it here first. The Braider way.
The Braider way.
You
We're gonna
heard
have
it
a
from
T-shirt.
your favorite podcaster, #1 op. Not your favorite podcaster, I'm the favorite podcaster, #1 op.
That's right. See, he's your favorite podcaster's favorite podcaster.
Right.
That's what that is. Mm-hmm.
Let's get it.
So, I'm going to close with this, guys. Brady. There's no way you could have made me believe that shit 10 years ago. But hey, shit moves fast, huh? It sure does. So let's just enjoy the ride, right? Like shit, why not? So I'm gonna close it out like I always do. I'm gonna say, stay positive, right? What else is there to do? Might as well. Read between the lines. That's how we got here, okay? That's right. And, stay hot. Good night now.